Welcome back, everybody. My name's Predator54, aka Adam, coach of the McChesney Park Slowpokes. Today we bring you BHDL Season 6. I participated last season in Season 5 when it was Ubers. As you can see, Lunala won the ship, so they changed the logo yet again. They have this beautiful, beautiful logo here, and it works so well. So I decided to go with the starry background. This season we have 105 points for 10 to 11 Pokemon. Terra budget is 11 points for 2 Pokemon, 6 and below. They get 3 types of their choosing, so it's not open Terra like last season. They decided to ban Arena Trap, every single Confusion move, and this season Bright Powder, King's Rock, Razor Fang, Quick Claw, and Focus Band are banned. Acupressure, it's also banned if I remember right. But I ended up being 15 pick overall out of 16 coaches, so this got incredibly interesting. Being in that spot is both good and bad because you can lose out on a lot of incredibly good low tiers and be left with scraps, but you are also closer to the wheel. But without further ado, we are going to hop on into this. Round number 1, I ended up taking Ceruledge for 18 points. I was between Skeledirge and Entei because Entei can't be intimidated, which Intimidate is massive in this format. But being able to have Flash Fire and Weak Armor to be able to just switch into a U-turn that I resist, now Weak Armor activates. Now I can just hammer something that switches in. Access to Will-O-Wisp, SD, Bitter Blade, Close Combat. Poltergeist hits so hard. This mon just puts in the finest of work. And we are going to see what this thing can do. Is it well worth the investment? Can I actually make this mon work now that it's not standard format? Only time will tell. I had a horrible track record trying to make this thing work as a Terra Captain. Good lord, I believe season 4 I had it, and I absolutely got destroyed by snow with Ceruledge. What do you think I would have the matchup? No, I got bodied. For round 2, it came back to me. In this format, webs are massive, so why not get one that can't be burned and has Water Absorb to double for Ceruledge. So now we have a ground resist, a water resist, and a / immunity for Ceruledge. Granted, they are both weak to rock. We will cover that weakness later on in the draft, and we will see how it plays out. But again, webs in this format are massive. You being able to outspeed anything that's normally faster than you for free is very good. There are limited defoggers, there are limited rapid spinner, and then I don't believe anyone drafted any of the tidy up users, maybe Mousehold, but Shinshino and Furret sat. So we're going to see if we can keep the webs up. Ceruledge can spin block, and all we have to do is worry about defog. But a lot of the good defoggers are slow. So, Ceruledge is able to whack them. The rest of the team able to whack them. But we will see how this goes. Raquinid was well worth the 11 points, and we are going to hop on into Mon number 3. We have Lucario. It was at this point in the draft I sniped quite a bit of people, including the person that picked after me. It was unintentional. I was at work, could not get the dock to open, could not get a DM to send because my signal was so bad. But I was able to get the pick in once I had a sliver of signal, and then within that brief moment, several snipe reacts and angry face reacts. I'm sorry. But being able to be physical or special with a vast amount of priority moves in this meta is massive. Being able to pick off anything is vital. You've got Bullet Punch. You've got Vacuum Wave on this thing. You got Fake Out. You got Extreme Speed. You got SD, Nasty Plot. You can be physical or special. Problem is, you are frail. This is a good ×4 resist to rock for Ceralids and Araquanid, but do I really want to switch into a rock move? Not if I have to. But Lucario is 15 points in this format because E-Speed is just massive. You SD up, you're hammering things. And I believe I get an ability that blocks Intimidate. I'd have to look. 1 second, I will pull that up. I gotta open my prep doc real quick. So if you see me looking left, want Team 5. I had this open. I don't know why I closed it. Lucario. We get Inner Focus. We ignore Intimidate. So once we're SD'd up, we can't even be flinched or intimidated. So E-Speed can just auto end the game. That is massive. That, and you can run Steadfast to get, if you get flinched, you get a speed boost. I'll take it. Lucario is well worth the points, especially round 3. I got a steal in this. Literally, a steal. Next, we are going to hop on into round 4. We got a Defogger and Braviary Hisui. Sheer Force, Hurricane, Psychic, Heat Wave, and a vast amount of boosted moves that this thing gets is just terrifying. There are limited flying resists in this format, and a lot of them don't want to take a Heat Wave after. This also gets Tinted Lens, so they're going to swap into a Hurricane and take neutral damage. Same with Psychic. That's not good for Steel types. This thing being around and worth 12 points, even with its speed here, it's base 65. This behind webs is a massive, massive threat. Same with Lucario behind webs, massive threat. Ceralids behind webs, massive threat. This team is just here to punch things so far. This gives me access to Defog, access to Tailwind. I will take it. This gives me momentum in U-turn, I believe, as well. Again, I will take it. Next, we decided to be cheeky because there were a few terrain teams starting to form. And I just don't like that this low tier meta is all about setup. So I got a Prankstermon with Encore. You want to fuck around and find out? You can fuck around and find out. This also gets Parting Shot. I can Encore you, swap, I Parting Shot out. This forces Terra Dark. This forces a Dark type to switch in. But if I have no Seed on me, I can Acrobatics your face off. Okay? I'll take that. You're going to switch in and take damage trying to block Prankster? Okay. This gets access to Sword Stance as well. Access to Knockoff, Toxic. This gets access to Poison Touch too. Even if I hit you, it doesn't poison. My ability can poison after. And this gets access to Unburden. Okay. I slap a mirror on this. You click SD. I steal the stats and I double my speed. Now I'm swinging over the top of you. Grafai is slept on. It's 9 points. 110 speed is pretty good. And it's got a 95 attack. 80 special attack. It's not bad. This even gets access to Nasty Plot and Sludge Wave and a few special moves. Very limited special moves, but Terra Blast being one of them. But Grafai can put in the finest of work. Next, the snipe that hurt a few people again. We took 12-point Whimsicott. Alright, we've got Prankster Sunny Day, Prankster Rain Dance. We've got Prankster Encore, Tailwind, Stun Spore, Prankster Leech Seed, Substitutes, Trick Room on this thing if I need to, like, say, set Trick Room. and then memento my way out, bringing Araquanid in for 3 turns of just spamming liquidation. Okay, I'll do it. Bring Araquanid in on Rain Dance and Tailwind. Okay. Your grass no longer resists me. Goodbye. Banded Araquanid in Rain ignores all resists. It's just ridiculous. This allows so much support. This allows offense. Granted, I didn't realistically want a fairy at all this draft, and if I was going to get a supportive one, which I did. So for 12 points, this thing put in the this is going to put in the finest of work. This is going to annoy the crap out of people. And the best part is I don't even have to run Prankster. Let's look. The end team is going to have 8 Mons that get Sunny Day. For this thing to have Chlorophyll. Now you're outspeeding. Alright. That sounds fun. That forces Mons like Halucha to run Timid instead of Jolly instead of Adamant, because if they're Adamant in Sun, this thing max speed outspeeds them. We are base 116 speed, so we can actually catch them if they are not max speed. Halucha is very dominant in this meta with terrain. You just gotta make sure you can out it. Next, another snipe that hurt people that we're looking at this. I got a steal. We got 8-point Piloswine. I ignore Intimidate. I can't be taunted. I also have Thick Fat, which is I take half damage from ice and fire type moves. Okay. I also am a neutral to rock, which is both good and bad. But Piloswine actually base 50 with Trailblaze is hilarious, because this gets Icicle Spear. I can run loaded dice Trailblaze and blow over the top of you. Not much wants to switch in the combination of ice and ground. This also gives me priority in Ice Shard. This gives me Stealth Rocks. Well, let's see. And this gives me Light Screen and Reflect. Most people don't know that Mamoswine gets screens, which is interesting. Oh, that's another thing. Araquanid gets Reflect. Whimsicott gets Light Screen. Saraleds gets both screens. So right now, I can actually run a tank show between those support moves. This can also pop off in Trick Room along with Araquanid. Like I said, not much wants to sit into ground and ice, because the things that resist it, being grass, get blown back by the ice. Next, we are going to... okay, so originally I drafted Tachagiri, Morpeko, and Charizard, because I got sniped of this next mon when I was going to do it last in the draft. Well, it ended up getting dropped by the person that had Regieleki. They, for some reason, decided, let's drop 13-point Regidrago. Okay. If you look at my team and what wants to wall me, nothing wants to deal with a Dragon Energy to the face. Nothing wants to deal with Scale Shot Spam or DD Abuse. This even gets access to Earth Power to pick things off that are low. This forces Fairies and Steel to come. And if you look at my team, Steels get blown back by Piloswine. Steels get blown back by Lucario. Fairies get blown back by Lucario and Grafaiai. All in all, it's not bad. Not bad at all. If the walls are gone, this thing comes in for free and it's full HP. If you don't have an AV or a Sash or a Resist, you're dead. It's as simple as that. Regidrago does Regidrago things. This was well worth the Grace trade, and I picked this thing up immediately after it was dropped. Alright. For an original pick, before I get into the other two pickups, we have Terra Captain Teddiursa for 1 point, aka Jacob Fatu. All gas, no brakes, quick feet damage. If you're low, you're outsped. This thing is giving you a Samoan drop to the face. It does not matter. This thing is Terra Normal for boosted facade, Terra Poison to resist fighting, and Terra Fighting to punch through steels, and nothing realistically wants to take a Terra Fighting CC to the face if they're low. This can break steels, which is hilarious. Break rock types, break anything that's low, and there's not much that wants to switch into a facade. This forces ghost types to come, and oh, okay. I may be base 40 speed before my quick feed activates, bumping me to base 75. But for a baby, this has base 80 attack. For a 1 point mon. We'll put it roughly. This is 15 points less attack-wise than the Gorfii, and 10 points higher than the Araquanid, which is not bad at all. But we'll see what Jacob Fatu can do, and we will hop on into the next mon. Originally, Morpeko was a Terra Captain, was going to be, but with Regidrago being dropped, I picked up Terra Rampardos, which is definitely interesting. Terra Rock Slide with a choice band, 2 hit KOs, max HP, max defense, bold, Dondozo. Think about that. Sheer force is nasty. Absolutely nasty. This thing's move pool allows it to punch so many things. This even gets Thunder Punch. This gets access to Fire Punch, which is boosted by the Terra Fire here. Originally, I was between Fire, Dragon, and Ice because I wanted to be able to hit dragons, especially mons like Flygon. But then I realized I get Ice, I get Outrage, so that's not really an issue. Terra Rocks just for natural stab, just to blow things back. Terra Grass is for an immunity, because I don't want to eat an earthquake to the face. And I don't want to, what am I, it removes my fighting weakness, makes it a neutral hit. But all in all, Terra Fire's here just so I do not get burned. Bonds with Will-O-Wisp love to come in, Fat Mons love to come in on this and click Will-O-Wisp after they tank a hit. Now this Mon becomes useless. Well, I'm Terra Fire. You can't do that. You're going to have to Toxic or T-Wave me. But this thing being, it is 58 speed with 165 special attack. Attack behind webs and 2 Tailwind setters and a Trick Room setter. I'll take it. Okay. You want to play a game? I'll just run Scarf and blow over the top of you. But all in all, that is our 5 point Rampardos. And in Grace, I decided since I had 1 point, might as well pick up something incredibly annoying and Coughing. Eviolite Coughing. 45 SPDF and 90 defense. 95 defense for a Eviolite Mon is just disgusting. This gets access to Plane Split, Toxic. This gets access to Will-O-Wisp. Don't believe it gets the Thunder Wave, but this thing can set T-Spikes for me as well. That is incredibly good. This punishes physical attackers that want to come in. I can even run Pain Split Rocky Helmet for physical attackers, get all the HP back, burn them, poison a swap out, you name it. Coughing doesn't have to run Eviolite. This even gives me access to neutralizing gas and a ground immunity and levitate. being able to turn off Unburden after it's activated permanently is massive. This switches in on Hawlucha and will take the Unburden away. And it doesn't come back after the Mon leaves, which is a huge buff for neutralizing gas this gen. But all in all, that is the team. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And enjoy. I will catch you guys later. Peace.